All right, let's talk about McCarthyism. That you must be a communist. That is pretty much exactly how McCarthyism is described and what you really need to understand about McCarthyism. Now, McCarthyism comes about in the 1950s, and this is the practice of making accusations of subversion or treason without proper regard for evidence. Basically, I think you're a communist, you're committing treason, this is wrong, you gotta go away. Now, it's important to understand that in the United States of America, there was and still is the Communist Party. Okay? It is a political organization within the United States. This was particularly worrisome for a number of individuals in the 1950s, especially Joseph McCarthy. Okay? Senator Joseph McCarthy, Republican from Wisconsin, who really took off when it came to making these accusations, holding public hearings against individuals for the fact that he believed they were a communist. Okay, Joseph McCarthy is incredibly influential in the 1950s when it comes to the anti-communist movement. That is why this whole action is actually named after Joseph McCarthy, Republican from Wisconsin, right through there. And this is known additionally as the Second Red Scare, okay, which is a widespread fear of the potential rise of communism. Okay, widespread fear. The first Red Scare happened after World War I. It's the belief that the communists were infiltrating American society and government, so that slowly communism is coming into the United States. Okay, that there are communists within government who are trying to turn the United States from a capitalist republic into a communist state, and that this is wrong. This is going to allow the Soviets to win. It is un-American, and therefore we cannot allow this to happen. Now, background talking about first and foremost is the first Red Scare, which happened after World War I. Okay, so remember, end of World War I, we've got the Bolshevik Revolution going on in Russia, which is going to lead to the foundation of the Soviet Union. We've got communist movements happening all around the world, and this is going to cause a number of scare by the anti-communists, particularly in the United States, and this is going to be known as the first Red Scare. Okay, then in 1947, Truman is going to sign an executive order which states to screen federal employees from association with organizations deemed totalitarian, fascist, communist, subversive, or advocating to alter the form of government of the United States by unconstitutional means. So to put it nicely, basically anyone who is working for the United States government who wants to work for the United States government cannot be a part of an organization that seeks to destroy the United States of America without using the Constitution. Okay, so this is right after World War II. Obviously, they're not going to want totalitarian or fascists. They're not going to want communists. Anyone who's going against and trying to destroy the actions of the United States, they're going to be screened to make sure that they do not get high-ranking government jobs within the United States. Now, we're going to know, this area is known for political repression, so they're going to try to shut down individuals who are speaking their views when it comes to communism. Some background to understand, though, is in 1949, there was a senior State Department official who was convicted of perjury in an espionage case. He was spying for other countries, working for the United States Department of State. He was a high-ranking official, and this is going to cause a lot of concerns that if there was one, maybe there's going to be more. Additionally, in 1949, the USSR is going to test the atomic bomb. So at this point, the Soviets now have their own atomic bomb. The playing field is leveled when it comes to nuclear technology. And lastly, we got the rise of Mao in China, October 1st, 1949. The communists officially come to power in China. China is no longer a republic. China is now communist. So communism is really doing pretty well right about this time. That's going to cause a number of fears for the Americans. Now, going forward in McCarthyism, initially, this is seen as popular. It is seen as patriotic. We are capitalist. We are Americans. If you're a communist, you're un-American. This is wrong. Capitalism all the way. Bye to the communisms. This is patriotic. So it's going to keep happening. In 1950, Joseph McCarthy is going to publish a list of alleged communists within the State Department. Okay, so he's going to simply allege that these individuals are communist and they're working for the Department of State, working with this diplomacy, high-ranking officials in the United States government. If they're communists, they're probably naturally going to be more sympathetic towards the USSR, meaning it's going to really weaken the position of the United States and help the Soviets. So this is going to increase the fear in public. There is a widespread fear of communism going on in the 1950s. Known for political repression, again, as I've already stated before, they're going to try to shut anyone down who might have some more liberal views, might have some views that are more aligned with communism. communism and socialism. Now, this is going to lose steam in the mid-50s, primarily due to a number of rulings by SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States. They're going to basically come out and say that this is not working. You're totally going away from these individuals' constitutional rights. This is not okay. This is not something you can do. Additionally, as you can see in this cartoon right here of Joseph McCarthy, sweating right here, he's got like the faked letter. Evidence was coming out that was not actually real evidence. It was fabricated evidence. You can have doctored photos with an individual, with a communist, that simply are not true. Okay, so this is going to lose some steam. MacArthur is going to lose a lot of credibility, and McCarthyism and this second Red Scare really dies. Sidebar, fun little fact on how this might kind of relate to today. Joseph McCarthy's attorney was the man by the name of Roy Cohn, who also was representing Donald Trump in the 1970s in New York City. Not that there's any correlation between Donald Trump and McCarthyism, just that random fact of how these individuals are connected, something useful, interesting fact for today. So that is all for now. Questions, comments on McCarthyism, let me know. Adios, good luck.